Well, good morning, and good morning. Welcome to today's show. Oh, I was going to say, my guest, her picture popped up on the screen, but I didn't, but I caught up. She's always a step ahead of me, even on my own show. Hmm, go figure. So, anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day. Oh, let me turn this one down. I told her to do that, and I didn't do it. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and emphasis on the Harris. Get it, Harris? Uh, yeah, this is my Rod Stewart wig, uh, with headband included that I ordered off of Amazon, and you'll see why. It's going to tie in, I promise. Welcome to today's installment. It's Wednesday. Thank you, Jesus. We have made it halfway through this week, and the weekend. Remember, it was all sunshiny, and we were all like doing all kinds of things we haven't done in months, and paid for it on Monday because we could barely move. That's how it was in our house. Um, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all three of the days here in Illinois are rainy, cloudy. I hate that. And so, but we're going to make the most of it because I brought some sunshine today in the form of my guest. But before we get started, a couple orders of business. First, help me welcome to the show my sidekick, my best gal, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. Mhm. We're sipping on some toasted pecan that was in my stocking at Christmas. Thank you, hubby. And I want to say a shout out because I'm going to do it for 30 days in a row because I love her so much for this. My super fan, Mary R., who lives in, where do you live, Mary? Lansing, Michigan, who sent me the world's smallest Stretch Armstrong, which I am going to not cut open until I've had him for at least 1 year. So there you go. Thank you, Mary R. And today we are, as always, streaming live, LIVE, across Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Android, Apple TV, Periscope, and of course from our home base in sunny Phoenix, Arizona, E360 TV Live. And I want to shout out to Joshua T. Berglund, whose show just concluded, Gratitude Unfiltered. Get over, get up, get there, get to the page, Gratitude Unfiltered, and start your day with a cup full of gratitude. I'm sure you will not regret it. I love the show and I love the host. Hats off to you. What wigs off to you, Joshua T. Berglund. You guys, this week we have a brand new sponsor. Just so happens to be the guest today. Hmm. Our sponsor this week is Chris Cash Homes, where realtor and interior designer come together and meet in the middle. Chris doesn't just provide you her services, she also provides you access to your dreams. We're going to talk about that today. Chris would love for each of you, each viewer, to have a copy of her magazine, American Lifestyle. See it? American Lifestyle. You can receive your own subscription to this with absolutely no obligation. Just provide us your name and mailing address, and we'll get you on that list. You can either send it to me here, and I'll get it to Chris, or you can give Chris your information personally by dialing 630-234-1770, or simply email her at Christina with a C, cash like the money, at KW for KellerWilliams.com. Christina Cash at KW.com. Helping you find a home and life by design. That's Chris Cash Homes and Keller Williams Infinity, bringing home your dreams and more. So we've gotten that out of the way. Who's calling me from Pasadena, California? Are there any game shows or nighttime television shows based there? Hmm. I'm going to answer it next time. Just get ready. So welcome to all of you out there, Kelly, Massey, and the rest of the gang who are watching. I am so excited about today, and you're going to find out why here in a minute. Mm. That's Chris Cash on the. How do I do this? I always do it backwards. See her? That's Chris Cash. We met. A little background. We met when I joined the Naperville Rotary, which is the town I live in. For those of you who have been under a rock, yeah, I live in Naperville, which actually you might not know because people who live in the suburbs oftentimes refer to where they live as Chicago. And people that live in Chicago hate that, by the way. I learned that the hard way. So anyway, I live in Naperville, and I love Naperville, and I love everything about it. And there's so many wonderful people. So last year, near the end of the year, I joined one of our three local Rotary clubs, the largest of the three. And this is where I met Chris Cash, and we became good friends right off the bat. Now, she does lots of things. She's an entrepreneur, a female empowerment advocate, a community activist, a realtor, interior designer, a wife, a dog mother, and world's greatest gal pal. That's right. Now, that bell, let me tell you about this bell. This bell is the bell of purpose. It's new to season 4. What it means is when I ring this bell, that is your opportunity to become a part of something greater than yourself. Everybody really wants that. Believe it or not, whether you admit it or not, deep down, we all have an innate desire to be a part of something greater than ourselves. This bell is when you have a chance to hit the screen with hearts and thumbs up to let our guests know that you're picking up what they're dropping off, and also to invite people. Hit the share button, and start a watch party. What do we have to do to get people here? Let them know that, listen, something's going down over on Pastoral Moments, and you don't want to miss it. So there's that. Here's one other thing that is new starting today. Every day, I'm going to give you okay, there we go. So, Chris, guess what? I'm hitting the button, and ooh, there she is. Now, Chris, I want to warn you, get ready because you are going to feel a tingling sensation somewhere around your belly button as I send you, starting now, as I am sending you in a billion pieces. Dang, you got there quick. You eat healthy. You eat
Huh?
healthy, don't you?
I sure do.
You do because you recomposed like instantly. I think that's a record. I'm waiting for you to show up over on the television screen. You got on my screen quickly, and now I'm waiting for you to pop up over there. Good morning, Sheriff Stan, Miss Royalty from the Stan Mansion down in Logan Square. Mwah. I love you. She's one of my besties too, Chris. We have to go to high tea with her at the Drake. She,
Oh,
wear,
sure.
she wears hats that are like 4 feet high when she goes there, and I'm going with her. And Tara, you need to meet this woman. Seriously, you will love her. Narinder Pun, good morning to you all the way from Singapore. And to the rest of you, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are still sitting out on the front porch, I don't know what you're doing. Take your shoes off, wipe your feet off, get in here, and let's get this party started. So, Chris, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
Good, good. I am great too. I wore my Rod Stewart 80s hair in honor of you because I know you love 80s music. And I thought we would start this morning off. I'm going to let you tell everybody who you are, where you live, what you do, married or single, all of that. And boy, is she married. Anyway, um, he's married to a boy band member. I'm just saying.
No,
He
not for real.
but he could he in
It could be.
everybody's mind he is. So it's just adorable, and they're an adorable couple. But tell everybody, welcome to the show. Give everybody the Reader's Digest version of who you are.
I'm Chris Cash, or Christina Cash, as my mother would call me.
Oh.
And I live in Aurora, Illinois. And I am an interior designer, a realtor, and involved with lots of things in town. People call me a connector. I love to connect people to whatever their needs or dreams may be. And I am married. This year, I think it's 15 years for us.
How many?
15.
Wow.
Hmm. And I have two dogs, Dexter and George.
Oh.
They're father and son.
Oh. And
Hmm.
we have cats, but they're sisters. So our Dexter and George, why just those names alone make me picture big dogs?
They are. They're golden retrievers.
Okay. Oh, I used to have one of those. They're
Hmm.
so smart and so loving.
They are.
But they hate when you go away from home and leave them.
Oh, yes. They have
Right.
major separation anxiety.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I can't wait to meet them myself. So, Chris, um, I have a word at the top of my notes that the research department provided, and they said that if they had to create a theme for you after the research, it would be Debalicious.
What is that?
Debalicious.
Divalicious.
They said this guest is Debalicious.
Oh, okay.
So,
I've
are
never
you a
been called that before.
uh-huh. So, are you a
Um,
diva?
oh, I don't think so.
Well, we're going to find out because we have a test here.
Okay.
It's a little game.
Oh,
We're
no.
going to find out if you, in fact, are a diva or not. So,
Okay.
just I'm going to read off a list of two things, and you just say one or the other,
Okay.
which would be the one you choose.
All
Okay,
right.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's see some love on the screen, you guys. Get involved and support, because it could be you sitting in the hot seat very soon. Trust me. So, Tom Jones or Elvis?
Tom Jones.
Me too. Sushi or pizza?
Pizza.
Sushi. Old Navy or Victoria's Secret?
Oh, Victoria's Secret.
I thought so. Spa day or camping?
Spa day. I see where this is going now.
Uh-huh. Netflix or Net Geo?
Oh, that's a hard one because I do like to watch both.
Which
I
would
would
you?
say Nat Geo because I love animal shows.
Oh, see? Well, dogs or cats?
Oh, that's hard too because I love both, but
Uh,
dogs.
okay. Wine or a cocktail?
Cocktail.
Wrinkles or Botox?
Oh, Botox big time.
I hear you. Two wings on that one. Jewelry or vacation?
Vacation for
Wow.
sure.
Audiobook or hardcover?
Oh, I just started with audio books and I'm having a hard time with them, but I'm giving them a whirl.
Oh my
They make
God.
me fall asleep.
They do? You got,
Yeah,
well, and don't do what I do because I listen to them when I'm driving distance
yeah,
or at
yeah.
the gym. I actually listen to them while I'm at the gym too.
I think it depends on the voice. Sometimes the voice lulls me to sleep.
That's a good point. So, yes, you're right. Because there was one time in the car I had to turn it off because right. I was like, right, because of the guy's
Mhm.
voice. Right. Okay, got it. Okay, here's a dicey one. So careful how you answer.
Mhm.
Oh, hello, Betty A. Fudge, Fisher, and Joshua T. Berglund, Mandy Kitka. Hi, thank you. You noticed my hair? Thank you very much. I grew it with some tonic. Anyway, welcome everybody. We're here today with Chris Cash, and we're just getting started. We're in the middle of the diva test to see if she's a true diva. Okay, here's your next question: lights on or lights off?
Off.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll get you back on Bathrobe Moments After Dark so we can delve deeper into that one. Um, Health Club or bonbons?
I, I'm going to say bonbons because I hate going to the health club. I really
Oh,
do.
do you now?
Yes.
You hate going. Hi, honey. You hate going to the health club?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
I,
understand that.
I would go to a yoga studio, but not a health club.
Well, I beg to differ because our research team actually has uncovered video of you at the health club.
I do not believe.
Oh, yes, we did. Stand by, everyone, and watch your monitors. Here we
No, no, no,
go.
no, no.
Oh, yes, we did. Don't get scared now.
I,
Okay, everybody.
you
Bear with.
scared. You
you back in. So, let me bring you back in. Come on back, Chris. Hold on, you guys. I need to move her up the ladder. Stick with me. Um, what is that? I can get rid of that. Okay. Now, hold on while I bring Chris back in, you guys. Chris Cash, higher. There you are, looking so nice. And make her bigger. I'm actually gonna make you bigger than me. There.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because it's all about you now. It's all about you. They see me every day. So that was fun. I knew you were kidding when you say you don't go to the gym because there's proof that you do. And
Right.
I was actually there yesterday. Thank you very much.
I thought
And,
you were going to do yoga with me.
well, I was talking at therapy yesterday to a yoga instructor who was on the table next to me, and she told me that I could do it, and just find a class that has a nice beginner's place. You know,
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah, and I will. I will. I need to. Hi, Brandy Drake. Hi, Karen. I love it when you're here. So, yeah, you guys, thanks for being such good sports for the jib jab. Those are fun. If you guys don't have jib jab, you need to get it. I love doing it and sending it to family members. And Brian and I have some hoots for holiday cards. We send those to people instead of regular ones, and it's a lot of fun. So, Chris, let's get into this interview because we've had a lot of fun, but there's a lot of things that we want to talk about now. Rotary, we're in Rotary together, and I love it because you make everything so much fun, and it's because you love what you do. And I'm just curious, how many different civic projects are you currently involved in?
Oh boy, let's see. One, two, three, four core ones, I believe.
Four. Now,
Hmm.
you let me ask you this because I'm always curious. A lot of people get into a lot of things for a lot of different motivators or motives. Some it's political for some people. It's I just want to be out in the middle of everything, and I'm miss this and miss that, or Mister this and Mister that. And there are people who really just love to get out there in front of projects that need and deserve great support. And I believe that's how it is with you because you've sent me so many things about the different things you have coming up. And so, talk about a couple of these projects, and then tell us how you found your way to them, or did they find their way to you?
Well, first, wrote Naperville Rotary. Of course, I've always known about Naperville Rotary, but I guess it was my good friend and old boss and our friend Alma Jones
Alma, yay!
that roped us in. She's
Love
good
her.
at And I didn't know a whole lot about what Rotary did behind the scenes. And once she showed me that, of how much they do on a local level and how much they do on a global level, that's what drew me to it. And of course, being around fun people, that helps. And then, second one would be Naperville Area Humane Society is another organization I support. I was on the board with them for 6 years. Now I just help them with their fundraisers and such. And we're excited. We're launching a new program called Pets for Vets, where we're pairing dogs with veterans. So that's going to be something really special coming up. And Bridge Communities is another organization I am tied to. I've been helping them with their fundraisers now for 6 years. We have a big one coming up on Friday called Wine, Women, and Shoes.
Ooh,
And we will have 400 women at the Marriott in Oak Brook to raise money for Bridge Communities, which Bridge Communities helps people transition from homeless situations or
oh,
bad situations and helps them through their mentoring program to get jobs. Will get education, get jobs, helping them with childcare, all kinds of great things that help people just transition in life.
wow. So when let's talk about this for a second
Sure.
because a lot of people, and this is a real point. Some Okay, you know what I'm saying. There are a lot of people who will spread themselves too thin,
Yes.
and then you're on a committee or you're working towards trying to accomplish something, it looks like you have a lot of support, but because everybody on there has 100 different things, only a couple people end up bearing the brunt of the weight, if you know what I'm saying. And,
Sure. Yeah.
and so, I mean, there are challenges, is what I'm getting at, when you are civically minded and community involved. Some organizations handle it better than others, but
Right.
do you find, because you're involved in so many different ones, do you find that there is an ease of operation in some that is missing in others?
Oh, sure. I mean, choosing committees to help you is a big thing. If you don't choose people to help you that you know are like me, good connectors, get things done, then yeah, it can just take forever to plan something. This Wine, Women, and Shoes event, we threw together just from beginning of February. So it's pretty
Wow.
amazing. But that took a committee of about 20 people, all with very distinct moving parts to plan and just getting it done. Now, there's other events that I do that take a year to plan, and our committees might be smaller, and that's why it takes longer time to get things done.
Hmm. So, Chris, is when a person is trying to decide how to get involved in their community, or whether this particular event or group is a good fit for them, how important is passion for the overall end user?
Oh gosh, it's everything. I mean, that was my first involvement with the Humane Society is because I have a passion for animals.
Hmm.
If you have a passion for animals, why would you get involved?
Well,
So,
here, let's talk about that for a second, because a lot of people will say, "Oh, my girlfriend's going to do this," and so she, "Oh, come on, Missy, come on, let's do it together." And then
yeah,
we can hang out and this and the other, but one of them has a passion and the other one doesn't.
yeah, you can't do that. You got to
Right.
have, or else you'll get bored with it very quickly, and not follow through on things that they really need you for. So no, I mean, I choose what I do very carefully and and I try to say no to those things that don't fit into what I believe in and have
Right.
passion about.
Right. Right. So sometimes you do have to know, it's a matter of knowing when to hold them and when to fold them. So
Right.
sometimes you just have to say, you know what, as much as I would love to be a part of what you're doing, I am just spread too thin right now to be able to give you what I know you deserve and need.
Right. Or I will say, you know what? I don't have time right now to do that, but I know a great person that does. And I try to connect them with that person that does.
Ah, there's a great option. There you go.
Mhm.
Put that down. Now, see, that's something I can get behind. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us here today on the Wednesday edition of Bathrobe Moments. I'm here today with Chris Cash, who just also happens to be our sponsor for the next few weeks. A home and life by design at Chris Cash Homes. Shameless plug, number 52-C. Now, Chris, I have another question for you. I have a lot of questions for you, actually. My next question is this: how important would you say to your particular career um, has been being heavily involved in your community? How has that helped your career as a woman? Because, and then I have in parentheses here in the notes, because of the old boys club kind of a thing.
Yeah, I was very fortunate when I was an interior designer. I worked for I'm going to say a boutique design firm in downtown Naperville. Many people in town know of them, Roseland Draperies. They were there for 35 years. And I was lucky that my two bosses, the owners, kind of showed me that way of how to get involved in the community. And by paying it forward, you would just automatically be top of mind with them when they needed work done. So at that time, I was really involved with the Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Naperville Marketing Alliance. When there was a lot of independent business owners in downtown Naperville, we all worked together. My boss at that time was in Rotary, so I knew of Rotary because of that.
Hmm.
And we basically grew and they did a huge business from just being involved with the community.
Right.
So we saw a lot of business owners come and we would say, oh, here's another person that just builds it and thinks, I'm going to build it and people will just come, to the,
Mhm.
and that's not the way it works. You've got to be involved in order for people to see you, see the face to the business, and know that you're out there in the community doing good things.
Not to be judgmental or anything, but let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
And you do run into those people that are just there because of ulterior reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're there because they want to use it as a springboard for more business, which is okay. Of course, we all have that.
Pushing their business cards around.
Yeah. But then they're like a church. If you were in a church, they're what I call pew sitters. They don't get involved. They only come like to the party stuff. And that's a thing too. But again, that's just what do you call that? That comes with it. That's par for the course.
Right. I mean, you can't just show up and not come from a place of contribution.
Ah, a
If
place of
you,
contribution.
if it's all about me, and passing your business cards out, no, that's a major turnoff for people. The whole point is to connect. I am a relationship builder. Even when I got into real estate, I just couldn't see myself as one of those realtors that just throws up a sign and waits for a house to get sold and makes a bunch of phone calls to my friends and family. I wanted to be a relationship builder. And when you are a relationship builder, you have to connect with people on a personal level and come from contribution. It is not about me, it's about them.
I love that. I hear all the time in my line of work, being of service to others. But I
Mm-hmm.
have not heard what the way you were putting it today, being of contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And I really I love that. I'm going to get behind that. Let's see some support on the screen, would you guys? Again, welcome to the show. If you've just joined us or joined us since my last PSA, we're here today with Christine Cash of Christine Cash or Chris Cash Homes. She is a realtor, and she is also yes, exactly. Excuse me. And she is also an interior designer. She's involved with so many great things here in our community, and we're going to talk about some more of those. My next question is, though, in your opinion, is it still harder for a woman to get equal anything compared to a man? Because you're out there in all these different places, and I mean, I've watched you in action, so I know. I'm serious. We get out of the way. I've literally watched people spread, and so it's you can go down the middle. So, but that doesn't happen overnight, and that just doesn't happen because of you got on a nice pair of Jimmy Choos or you're smelling good. It has to come from some sense of respect, and you've earned it. And I can say that about you. So tell me, how do you feel about that? Is it harder for a woman?
Oh, I, I believe it's real, but I might get a lot of people hating me for this, but
Oh.
I personally feel that I ever felt that. And here's why. First of all, I had a mother who taught me that to be fearless, basically. I've been an entrepreneurial spirit and fearless from probably 10 years old. And I was fortunate enough right out of college to work with not just great bosses, but great mentors.
Mm.
Some of those mentors were men. So not always, women. So I was fortunate to have a positive experience with men guiding me through, I would say, the corporate world at that time.
Mm.
And when I left the corporate world, of course, I had female mentors like Alma Jones and Marianne Jankrowski and Betty Kozlowski, who owned Rosen Draperies. So I've been fortunate that I haven't really felt that. And then moving into real estate, I can honestly 100% say this, that real estate is probably the only industry in the world where women exceed above and beyond men.
Wow.
That there is no ceiling for women. Now, there probably was back in the 70s, early
Yeah.
80s,
Yeah.
but not anymore. Women far exceed a lot of times men in our industry.
That's definitely bell worthy, and we can get
Right, right.
behind that. And that's a nice little tidbit of info to know, especially for young women looking for a place in the world that they can fit and excel within. So that's
Oh, yeah.
great to know. Now, is it as difficult as I've heard so many different stories? Because there's a lot of testing and this, that, and the other. Just in case there's a young woman out there right now considering, well, I wonder if I could do what Chris Cash does. What would be the very first thing you would suggest that person do to see if this is a good fit for them, the real estate business?
Sure. Well, first of all, they have to understand it is owning your own business.
Okay.
So even though we hang our licenses at a brokerage, like mine is with Keller Williams, and there's several others you can hang your license at, you essentially are an independent contractor and you run your own business. So if you are not a person that is good working independently, self-motivated, can get out there in the community and make contacts with people, probably not for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have always dreamt about owning a business and you just didn't know what that would be, I can tell you that this is a business to get into with the least amount of money. So, for example, I know a lot of women who say, "Oh, I want to open up a store, a little boutique or a coffee shop." Well, when you start to do the numbers on that, to pay rent for a bricks and mortar location, to pay for insurance, to pay for employees, to pay for advertising, that's a tremendous amount of debt that you could go in. So real estate allows you to get into business for basically the cost of your classes and paying our Illinois Realtor Association and local MLS dues. And that's about it. And then as you get business, then you can pay for additional advertising if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But you run it how you want to run it and very low overhead.
Wonderful. Listen, we've got a comment or two on the screen I wanted to acknowledge. Karen, who is in the New Jersey area, I believe. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us today. She says, we have come so far as women, and yet we have so far to go. I'm okay with where we are heading. No, Chris, I do not hate you for that comment. Everything is perception, and I'm glad you have had great experiences. Let's not forget about us women of a certain age. Loren, so many older women are making transitions in their lives, and I think real estate is a wonderful industry for them. So
Absolutely.
it's not, thank you for setting me straight on that, Karen. Not just that young woman who's looking for a new place,
Right.
but
Yeah, I went in at 50. So how many
wait a
people?
minute.
I went in at 50. So how many women
You're
can?
over 50?
Oh, yeah. Not much. A little bit over
So,
50.
so how many years have you been in the business?
This will be my third year.
Oh, I can do that math. Wow. You have built this business in just 3 years?
Yes.
Magazine and all?
Yes.
Wow.
So, it's totally doable. And we see women getting into this at 60. And we see women carrying on this career into their 80s.
Wow.
Because it's also something you can do in retirement. So think about this, you might maybe want to retire to Florida or Arizona. You can still sell a couple homes a year and make a pretty decent living beyond your Social Security, or whatever that may be that you're
Sure.
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 So yeah, why give it up?
Wow. Wow. Why give it up indeed? So, Chris, here's something that's a little fun. Take us through, if you would, a typical Chris Cash day. What time do you wake up and what time do you lay it down?
I'm usually up 5:30, 6 o'clock with my dogs. So they need to go out. And I like to have what I call my morning cuddle time with them. So I feed them, let them out, get my coffee, and we cuddle on the couch and I watch news for probably a half an hour or so. Then I immediately am on my computer, checking emails, checking messages that may have come through from social media. And then I try to reach out to at least 4 people that are, I'm going to say, in my sphere of influence of people, whether that be a phone call, an email that just says, hey, haven't talked to you in a while, let's grab lunch, or I have this event coming up that I wanted to invite you to. And I try to be consistent with that because that, again, is just touching people in a way that's coming from contribution, asking them to an event or asking them to lunch.
Okay.
Then I may have a committee meeting in the morning somewhere, for one of my events. And then later on in the day, I'm either showing homes or going on a listing appointment. And then at night, I may be going to a networking event. I may be going to another community organization meeting, or I may have the glorious time of a night off, which is rare.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is rare.
it is rare.
Because you've texted me inviting Brian and I out to certain things, and we're looking at we're looking at each other at 9:15 and going, "Come out," and we're sitting up there curled up on the couch watching a movie that we've
It
rented.
was Saturday night, y'all. He's in bed, but I think it was 8.
It probably was, and I'm like, "Wow, this girl's really out there doing it." So that's actually the moment that prompted that question, because I was like, I want to find out what she does all day and how where she gets her energy. So really though, that is an entrepreneurial mindset. You're just
Right.
you go go go. And the reason I bring that up, because a lot of people, haters gonna hate, and a lot of people think like, oh, there's some mystical fairy that just sprinkles this dust and boom, Chris Cash is successful.
Oh,
No,
no.
no, you have to get up and you have to make these things happen, right or wrong.
Oh, yes. And, I have owned businesses before, ran different things for other people before, and failed a lot before. If
Mm,
you don't fail, you don't learn. Yeah.
that's right. As long as you fail forward, you're not
Right.
truly failing at all,
No,
is what I say. You
not at all.
Okay, next question. This is an easy one. Well, maybe.
Okay.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Oh, good Lord.
Not so easy after all.
I'm gonna say probably 100. I mean, or near 100.
Near 100?
Yes. Now, do I wear them all the time? No, because some are boots, some are flip flops, some are just dressy, some are everyday. They're different categories.
So being a realtor, I would assume you have a really great closet.
Yes, I need a bigger one, but yes.
Yeah, you and Brian both.
But I'm a bargain hunter for sure. I don't pay full price for anything.
You don't?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, I need you to start taking my husband shopping with you,
Yes, I'm a bargain hunter.
because he doesn't even know that word. Bargain. Right. So listen, what is it? Let's talk about when you're actually working with clients. People may have the assumption that all you do is walk people through and say, okay, here's the bathroom, here's the kitchen. But I know for a fact it's not like that. It is
No.
really connecting people, because this is where people will raise families sometimes. This is where people start the second half of their life sometimes, if it's a downsizing. Memories. A
Sure.
lot of
It's
a
very
lot of talk about that. Talk about the right fit, and what do you have to have some type of innate barometer, if you will, to kind of know and read your clients? Is that what helps make you successful with people that not only buy properties from you, that list with you, but continually refer you out to people because they're so happy with their experience.
Sure, and it is all about experience now, more so than buying and selling. It's the experience that you create, and because they want an experience. So, for example, I have a family that's coming in from Iowa here, being transferred here. They don't know anything about the area at all. So, first of all, I have to listen to them first of how they live in Iowa. What do they like about it? What kind of neighborhood do they currently live in? What things would they change if they wanted to? If they could have the sun and the moon in the sky, what would that look like? I go through a huge series of questions before they even get here. And then a lot of people would say, oh, okay, they want to move to Naperville, or they want to move to, in this case, it's going to be probably Yorkville or Montgomery. There's 100 houses in the area for sale. Well, I can't go show them 100 houses because not all of them fit what specifics they're looking for. So I have to narrow that down, narrow it down. And then by the time they get here, I will probably show them 7. And they will make a decision within that 7 because I've narrowed it down for them. And sometimes I'll go preview homes for them because the pictures that you see are not always exactly how the house is, if that makes any sense. Photographers do a good job of making them look very, very pretty. So I will go preview them before those people even come into town to narrow it down even further, and then getting very hyper local to them about what the neighborhoods are like. So I like to tell them about how many independent coffee shops there are and how many independent business owners there are in the area, and what are big draws that are coming to the area, what's being built in the area, parks, schools, things that are on the list that are coming to town, so they know about it. And that can be good and that can be bad too. For example, you want to share with somebody if maybe a big gas station is going to be built next to the house that they're looking at. Oh. That might be, a negative, and say, oh, I know that it's on the schedule for the city that this is going to be built here, and you may not want to choose this home.
So right there, that thank you for that. That's a great segue into what was my next question. What is my next question? Research. I don't think you find that laying around on a brochure inside the house when you go into your car. So you have to really dig. And what about like the bones of the house and the history of whatever.
Right. Well, I just sold a historical home in Geneva last year. It's a late 1800s farmhouse. It had been redone a couple times over the years, but not very well. And my clients wanted it. They wanted to restore it back to its original state, put an addition onto it. So I contacted the Historical Society for them, did research about the home, brought him in so he could tell them exactly what they were allowed to do to the home and what they weren't, what they were going to get pushback from the Historical Society about, and went through the whole process with them. And then also connected them with an architect and contractors. So that is my designer side, going above and beyond when selling a house. I stay with them through the process. And it's fun. That's the fun part, seeing their home come alive, really.
So how does it feel, Chris, when after all, and sometimes these processes take months?
Oh, this one has been, well, we sold, bought the home within a couple of months, but this process has been over a year with them.
So when it's all said and done and you're standing there with the people and they're happy and it's worked out, what kind of feeling does that provide to you when you look over and you see the happiness that you've helped connect your clients to?
Oh, I mean, the best. I'm seeing them at their most happy, most joyful, time in their life, with their biggest investment most times in their life. So, I mean, I can't think of anything more rewarding unless, you're, I don't know, maybe a baby doctor.
I was going to say the same thing. So
I could not do that because I did not know anything about babies.
Now I've spoken with some realtors who say how full circle it can be when early in their career they sold a couple of homes, they raised their family in it, and then they called them back 25 years later to sell that
Right.
home again to
Well,
help
of
them
course,
find a
yeah, I haven't been around long
that's
enough
long enough,
to,
right?
yeah. But I just did have a woman who downsized from her Naperville big home where she raised her kids as a single mom. And now she wanted to, well, she thought she wanted to rent in the city because she wanted to be able to meet more single people.
Okay,
And I actually found her a condo in Oak Park, which is, close to the city, and showed her the numbers because I believe in facts of showing her the numbers of how much she would save to buy this condo in Oak Park instead of rent in the city. And it's worked out great for her. And she started her new life. The kids are
awesome.
in college and she's starting her new single life.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. So, as we round this final lap of the interview, I told you the hour was going to fly by.
Wow, it did.
It did. We have like 6 minutes.
Well, we definitely need a show too.
I know. Well, you know where I'm taking you over to After Moments After Dark. So we
For,
raw. Okay. So
for sure.
I want you because you're so good at what you do. Couple questions that I don't want to miss before we get out of here. So there's three left. Um, Top three tips for a woman wanting to start her own business, in your opinion. Top three tips from your side of the aisle.
Oh, wow. I would say don't be afraid to ask for help. Uh, I love to talk to women about their dreams, and sometimes they think they're silly or unachievable, and I show them that it's really not. That's all in your mind, and to not be afraid. What's the worst? My mother always taught me, what is the worst possible thing that can happen?
Hmm.
You vocalize that and go, okay, can you, move on from that? You
Right.
can always move on from the worst possible thing that can happen.
Love it.
Um, and find your niche, the thing that you're good at. It took me almost 50 years to find my niche, for sure.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah,
Me too. And it's worth it.
it is.
It's the great equalizer. It makes
And
everything come
sometimes you need
together.
other people to point it out to you of what you're good at.
I agree. I agree. Beautiful, beautiful. Next question. Your biggest business regret slash mistake.
Not getting into real estate 20 years ago.
Hmm.
But again, everything happens for a reason.
Well, because didn't a lot of people in real estate lose their shirts in when that?
Sure. Yeah,
So
but a lot survived. See what's the worst possible thing that can happen. You
that's true.
overcome and you move on.
That's true. That's true.
Right? And I also believe in 7 streams of income. So I don't rely on just real estate. I'm building other streams of income, and we can talk about that later at another show too.
Excuse me. Well, I had a dream that I was watching television and I saw your own that Chris Cash line of furniture and lamps and towels and all that kind of stuff come on the screen. I actually had that dream.
Well, I believe in dreams, big
I do
time.
too.
Yeah.
I have a dream book on my nightstand.
I'm doing a baby step. I'm working on my own personal scented candle that'll be branded.
Oh,
Mhm.
well, you got to come back and let us know when it's ready to be lit and sniffed. Because we love candles in this house. Brian is a candle freak. So just know this. Last question. Are you ever prone to overcommitting?
Yes, I
And
am.
what
I'm
and
getting better at that.
what are you doing to work on that? Because we all deal with it.
Instead of giving, I am bad with maybe jumping in and saying yes real quick, like, oh, I get excited about it. And yes, I want to do that. Now I've said, give me a couple days. Give me a couple days to think that over and I'll get back to you. To let myself come down from the excitement and really look at my schedule and say, how could I fit this in? How does that serve me? Can I serve others while doing it? And if not, I have to say no.
Yes. And before we get out of here, you guys, because I hear you loud and clear, Karen. Karen says that she would totally shop on your site. So you might be a great fit to be on the subscription list, all of you, to Chris's magazine, American Lifestyle. And she is offering a free subscription to each person who would like one. So all you have to do is provide Chris your name and mailing address, hit her up privately, or you can hit me privately and I will get it to her.
The message through my website.
Message through the website. Where can they find you? Chris, tell them all those, and you will hear this every day for the next few weeks because Chris is a sponsor here. But Chris, where is the best place for them to continue this dialogue with you?
Either just direct email me at christinacash@kw.com or go onto my website, chriscashhomes.com, and you can subscribe through there, and I will see that you've subscribed through the website and contact you. I'll also be adding a blog there soon, so you'll be able to connect with me through that blog.
And also, don't think that just because Chris lives here in Illinois that you can't utilize her services because Chris,
Oh, yeah.
you're doing things all over the country.
I'm doing things all over the country. I love to play matchmaker for people and find them a vacation home, a second home, anywhere in the world, really. We are the largest real estate company in the world. So I
Yes.
connect them anywhere.
I am so thrilled that you have made your way into our lives, and I say our because Brian and I both love you dearly. And yes, we have toasted to you many times behind your back because we're so happy and pleased that what is greater than us is brought
Good.
into our lives. I want to give you an open invitation to come back to Bathroom Moments anytime you have anything you want to share with us because I know you're working on a female empowerment piece.
Yeah, we're working on that. So I'll definitely come back and talk about that when it's farther along.
Because it's in the mixer, it's in the hopper right now, right? Waiting to
Uh-huh.
come out. Okay, so let's just say you're in the second trimester, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Call us when you're crowning.
Yeah.
That's why you're coming to Bathroom Moments After Dark.
Yeah.
Bring out the best in me. Listen, Chris Cash, a pleasure as always. I will see you this Thursday at Rotary. And yes, right. You're coming Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you there Thursday. It has been a pleasure. You guys, all of you out there, please get in touch with Chris at a minimum. Get yourself on the subscription list for American Lifestyle Magazine. Great content. There's these great recipe cards in there. I've already started carrying them out and collecting them for myself. And you will love everything about American Lifestyle because it's everything about Chris Cash and Chris Cash Homes. A home and a life by design, and she means it. You can take that to the bank. So, Chris, thank you. God bless you. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful day.
Thank you.
And keep changing lives and helping people get connected to their dreams. It's a wonderful thing you do.
Thank you.
Love you dearly. Okay, everybody. So there's that. I am so grateful to all of you. Thank you for joining us. I will join you back here tomorrow morning, God willing, at 8 a.m. Central, right out front on the front porch for Bathroom Moments Thursday edition, and we'll do it all over again. Tomorrow, my guest is Connie Going. She is from Florida. She went viral. The name may sound familiar because she was on every talk show, Ellen, everybody back in the day. And I will tell you more about that tomorrow morning. But do whatever you need to do to get here, just like Olita Adams said. I don't care how you do it, just get here if you can. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, for another episode of Bathroom Moments. Be blessed and continue being the blessing. Bye bye.